So the despicable and deliberate fall of Canada continues. So not only is Canada in the midst of an affordability crisis, skyrocketing crime rate, and facing one of the world's largest demoralization propaganda tactics right now. But for those people who think your elbows up stuff is working, I just want you to take this in for a second. Not only do we have a record number of Canadians lining up at food banks, but the number actually doubled to 2.2 million people now. Like any real Canadian, we all notice that there's a real problem with mass migration, and that comes in the form of temporary foreign work. Not only are we seeing all these Punjabis run their trucks through a bunch of people and murder our civilians without getting any sort of repercussions for it, but the amount of Canadians on EI has actually increased by 40% since 2023. And you really want to tell me we need all these people to come over to help us while we have the just average regular Canadian citizens struggling to find a job? I've seen high school students put around over like 40 resumes, and I get a lot at my store alone, and not a single job is available for these people. Then don't forget, we are seeing a record number of businesses closing over here. That includes a bunch of layoffs because of these big companies leaving because of mismanagement of Canada alone. Listen, it has gotten so bad that CTV News released an article explaining to Canadians how to prepare for mass layoffs. But elbows up, right? Elbows up. Honestly, you really want to talk about mismanagement? How about that $75 million political attack that Doug Ford put out with the approval of Mark Carney? And because of that, we're facing a 10% increase on our tariffs from America. Honestly, Canada cannot be more mismanaged. And you want to talk about an economic down spiral? How about the fact that our dollar now is 71 cents? That's the lowest it's ever been since 2003. And to wrap it all together, the Prime Minister had the audacity to tell you that we just have to buckle down and make more sacrifices because of our economic fuckery that's going on here. It's not that young Canadians already are losing out on the opportunity of finding a job. It's not that young families can't even buy a home now. Honestly, the list of sacrifices that they're asking for has become so extensive to the point that we can't even meet basic needs for our military servicemen. They're asked to buy their own socks, they're asked to buy their own tactical helmets, they can't get the mold out of their barracks, and yet we somehow have the money to run a $75 million political campaign ad. These people don't care about you, they don't care about your well-being. It comes down to the Canadian at the end of the day. I want folks to remember, on top of that, they're literally putting us in a situation where we need to fend for ourselves. The justice system doesn't work, criminals are let off in bail within a matter of minutes. And if you take any sort of action to defend yourself, it's most likely that you're going to end up on the receiving end of justice.